Hey guys, Tab here. Hope you're all keeping well. Yes, it is me on this bike in this helmet, I can assure you. I thought I'd mix it up today. Yes, we're on a motorbike. First time filming on a bike, so this is going to be a whole new experience. I've got a mic in the helmet. Hopefully you can hear me all right. But currently on my way to Bell Sport and Classic in Hearts to meet some friends and have a look at some cars. And it's always good to get out on the bike. I was going to take the Taycan, but the weather today is looking lovely and you don't get many nice days in the UK. So when you do, you have to take full advantage of those and get out on the bike. And I always am amazed whenever I get on one of these things, just how raw, how brutal these things are. They're so powerful and you've really got to have your wits about you when you're on a motorbike. It tends to really focus the mind, I think much more so than if you're in a very comfortable Taycan. But this bike is incredibly comfy, but also incredibly noisy. We're at the traffic lights right now, so not much going on, but when we get the chance to pull away at some point soon, you should hear just how loud this thing is. Now, at this place, there's going to be a whole host of very nice cars there, and of course the elusive F40, I'm sure will be tucked away in a garage there for us all to have a look at. Absolutely love those things. So, right, we're off, and yeah, as you can hear, these things are noisy, but an awful lot of fun, for sure, and hopefully we'll get there in one piece. It's not too far a drive, it's around the M25 in the Hearts, and we'll catch up with everyone else there and see how we get on. So, see you on the other side. So aimed at hooligans, isn't it?
Let's take a look at some cars, and I absolutely love these things. The Lancia Delta Integrale. Yes, they won 6 consecutive rally championships from 1987 to 1992, and look at them, they look like they really mean business. If you got one of these, my advice, hold on to it. They're going to go up and up. If you ask me to think of the 1980s, yes, I think of one of these, the lovely 512 Testarossa, 4.9 litre flat 12 engine, yeah, horizontally opposed cylinders, not what you'd normally expect to find. They're starting to look a little bit dated, but still hold their value pretty well, and this one is absolutely lovely. And here it is, one of my favourite Ferraris, the 355. This one looks absolutely beautiful, also available with F1 paddle shift. These things just have not dated at all. Another one to hold on to for sure. And if you've got a lot of money lying around, and I mean a lot of money, how about one of these, the Maybach Langelier? Yeah, awesome bit of kit based on the G-Wagon, which I absolutely love. This one doesn't come with a V8, no, they've gone full fat here and thrown a V12 in. It also has an electric convertible roof there and deployable running steps down the side, which is a really cool touch. This thing has been kitted out to the nines. Inside, the finish is sublime, well over $500,000. And this absolutely stunning 993, my favourite 911 Carrera RS. There's not very many of these made. Started to see the light of day in 1995. It had a bored out engine from 3.6 up to just under 3.8 flat 6. And these things went to 60 miles an hour in 4.7 seconds, which for the day was bonkers. And here's another personal favourite of mine, this lovely Lotus Esprit V8. This one is a 350, limited edition, one of only 49 produced, about £64,000 when it was released. To get one of these now, you'd probably be looking at closer to 80. Nice colour Cayman. Very cool bit of kit, very fast in its day, and has that classic wedge-shaped silhouette. Really nice job for Lotus on this one, and definitely one to hold on to. And here it is, the one before my favourite Ferrari, the 348. Another stunning example here, obviously being very well cared for. It's just so good to see people looking after their cars. And then there's this crazy thing, which technically doesn't really exist because there was only one prototype ever made for Le Mans that never saw the light of day. It is the Jaguar XJ13. And because it doesn't really exist, this one here is of course a replica. It was a 5 litre V12, and the amount of effort that has gone in to making this one as close to the original as possible is absolutely astounding. You can see some serious human effort and probably a lot of blood, sweat and tears have gone into making this as close to that original prototype as possible. Really low, sleek silhouette. I love the dials in here, even down to those Dymo printed labels, which I'm sure the original probably had too, because this is a very faithful reproduction. I'm sure it is fun to drive, but probably a lot of hard work to get the best out of it. Probably takes some skill. The front of this, a little reminiscent of a shark with very aerodynamic lines, obviously to fly around that Le Mans track as quickly as possible. But yeah, really lovely, very faithful reproduction here. So kudos to all the team who put this one together. Lovely. And hiding out the back was this absolutely stunning Ferrari 330, a 4-litre V12 with one of the most immaculate paint jobs I've ever seen on any car. The amount of detail that has gone into this is absolutely sublime. Not enough credit goes to Ferraris like this. I think people naturally gravitate towards the more popular models and forget about models like this, but those who are in the know really do appreciate these cars. The interior detail here is absolutely sublime, and cruising around in this would be an absolute joy, I'm sure. So credit to the owner of this, and you can see it is not just me who's appreciated this car, because it won a prize for best in class at Salon Privé, hence the trophy at the front. To get your hands on one of these now, you'd be looking at well north of £500,000. Absolutely stunning. And here it is, the car that boyhood dreams are made of. Certainly my dreams. And yes, this car blew everything up when it was launched back in 1987. Nothing quite like it had ever been seen, and Ferrari went all out. So good was it that Ron Dennis of McLaren said it was one of the best cars he'd ever driven in terms of engineering. Ferrari breaking from their traditional mould here by deciding to strap 2 turbochargers onto that 2.9-litre V8 engine. This took it up to a massive 471 brake horsepower, which by today's standards isn't much, but at the time was stratospheric, and so much effort had gone into saving weight that it tipped the scales at 1,369 kilos. Yes, even the paint was applied thinly in order to save weight. I've never had the pleasure of driving one of these things, but everyone who has said it is the most raw, brutal, visceral driving experience they've ever had in their life, with all the noise of the turbos spinning behind you. You'll notice there it's got 3 exhausts, but only 2 are actually exhaust, because the one in the middle is the wastegate for the turbocharger. You can see right through into the engine bay there, all of that weight-saving effort, and this thing here is just in such good condition. I nearly jumped in and drove home myself, but I really would struggle to fit in these as a tall man. They're very cramped inside. Was limited to just 400 units, but they ended up making over 1,000 due to the demand of these things, and in today's money about 2 million quid. And what a great way to finish that lovely Lancia. That's it for this one. Do stay safe, stay well. See you in the next one. Bye for now.